Monsters. You know, this is a board game. I am kind of excited when a game that's based on a video game, or in this case, it's like an app for your phone and stuff, I know about. I played My Singing Monsters for a while. I got kind of bored with it. It's one of those endless games. You know, you play for a while. You can spend money if you want to, or you just kind of collect things. And this one I liked because it's about music. It's about little monsters on the islands, and they would make one sound, oh, oh, whoop, 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 and then they would combine and make some music of sorts. Okay, great. They're making a board game about that. I'm in. There's a lot of rules in the game, and that's because the game has multiple levels. Each level comes with a separate board. So the full game, you would add all the levels. But the game itself is about moving your pieces, which are really cute 3D pieces here of the different monsters. And the first person to get up here will trigger the end of the game, and whoever has the most points is the winner. You're going to be doing that by playing cards. And there are all sorts of monsters in this game. In fact, this game has tons and tons of decks. And the decks are all small. So like this is a deck here that's rock, water, and ice. And you'll have to shuffle this and put it next to the board next to all the other decks. And that's only because it's the T-Rocks characters. And one of them is a rare T-Rocks, which you can turn in to get you a couple coins if you want to, rather than playing it on the board. And so on a player's turn, usually they're going to play a monster from their hand. And at the beginning of the game, you're simply going to have monsters that are a single type of resource. So you can see that I'm just going through all these different piles here. There are double, there are triple, there are quadruple resource cards. They're probably the best, but there are the single resource cards. So you'll play one of these in a spot, and it's going to give you the benefit of that spot. A lot of the benefits are getting the different resources that match the creatures that you pay. So you're going to place these out. And if you place two here, so I have ice and the sand, then I'll look through the double resource pile and I'll take the ice sand one. So I look through here, and here's ice sand. So I take one out of that pile, and I have now a Pango to play in the future. The reason you're collecting these tiles is because you're going to be finishing songs. And you'll have songs, and at the beginning of each round, you'll be able to pick where these start. But as I collect resources of that type, I am filling in these spots here, which will finish the card if I fill in the black ones. But I want to fill in more of them to get more points, which will help me win the game. And that's basically it. Even though there's all kinds of different ways to get these resources, there's extra cards that will do things. There is there's technology cards that you can get that will give you special abilities. It all comes to just getting these tokens, finishing these cards. And that's kind of how the game plays. My biggest problem with My Singing Monsters is not the quality. The quality is fantastic. You saw that stuff. It looks fantastic. It's great. This is the deluxe edition, so that's probably something to do with it. But who is this game for? I don't know. It's not for casual gamers who like My Singing Monsters. Are you insane that you have to shuffle like 30 mini decks to set this game up? That's such a pain in the neck. That the game has this really, in my opinion, terrible rules section where they're like, level 1, do this. I'm like, okay, you can do that. You can play a game on level 1, but then the game is so basic and so doofy, it's not really fun. You just collect things and put them on your notes and you're done. So you want to play with more, but then they teach them to you separately. Just make it a whole game. Make one easy game and one heavy game if you must, but to make 5 levels. So if you try to learn all 5 levels at once, which I did, that's confusing. But especially for an average gamer, and I think a lot of average gamers back this and play it because they like My Singing Monsters, which is just put out monsters and collect resources. So it's kind of complicated. But even then, so I'm a gamer. I like lots of rules. There's all these different rules for My Singing Monsters, and it felt super basic. I basically put out a monster, collect some resources. Can I put them on my thing? Yes. Okay, I get the action of the spot I went to. Most of the actions are boring. The upgrades are not worth it, almost ever. They don't pan out. There's a section where like you get one-time abilities, which are boring. There's, it's just so not, it's like this mini, small, boring little game that's been expanded and have all kinds of extra stuff added to it that makes it confusing. Who's it for? I just don't get it. Maybe you get it for the pieces. Maybe some people enjoy it, but I found this one to be a big splashing miss for me. And that's with someone who enjoys the theme. So My Singing Monsters, I mean, there's some interesting ideas in there, so I'll give it a 5, but that's the highest I can go with this one. Not very enjoyable.